We sing the next song, Nienegwedaga Yomenyage. Nienegwedaga Yomenyage, Nigenaga Monodewe, Todo Neoje Kagawega, Now Kanyeda Higosho, Idio Siakwa, Idia Deaga. My Maria Nyuhaga Onagua Shakwe Huba Shade Nowe Ohea Moyo Nagwo Niwe Waheire Niwe Ogira Yagwe Ogedegia Hinyawa Digeti daga kamwe we modenya ona otuko leo menya gerera vega maido maku ne mabaraga kore oderi na kore du dige hata gogo shokeria wega waku Mwadani None dako Hoyo tomage Wede mono na goibuha Ige hota Gogo shokeria Wega waku Mwadani None dako Hoyo tomage Wede mono na goibuha The next one is the hymn, Guide Me, O Thou Great Jehovah. Guide me, O Thou Great Jehovah, pilgrim through this barren land. Healing stream doth flow, let the fire and cloudy pillar lead me on my journey through. Strong deliverer, strong. Be thou still my strength and shield. When I tread the verge of Jordan, in my anxious fears outside, bear me through the swelling current, land me safe on Canaan's side. Songs of praises, I will ever give to thee. I will ever give to thee.
No tuikare thi. Kahinda gaka nĩ ngũmwĩta MC witũ atutongorie hau hangĩ.
Blessed are those who mourn, for we will be comforted. Kurathimo ni aria maracakaya ni undu ni makomeririo. Indeed, ngwihoya andu aria tuguka ha kwaria tuko twi Seidaria. Let us be silent even as the speakers come forward so that we can all be attentive and hear what it is they have to tell us. Mundu uria gutoriria wa mbere ni uria kwaria on behalf of the family nake ni Sakare wa Ruiro wa Mukui popularly known as Chief, aikorwe gukunoke aha mbere. Ndirarugama haha deliberately nigetha andu aria meuka kwaria marugame haha ndugamite nigetha andu aria me thutha witu na aria mena guku mbere matuone wega na niguo ukorwo ari uhoro mwega.
God is good and all the time. Ni ndetwo Uzakara Warirũ wa Mukui na ndakiaria ngiari handu wa mucii na muthiru turaimagaria haha David Mukui ni my first cousin. Mietagwo wa maitha na ni wa maitha ni tata. Nyini kumunyita ũgeni kahinda gaka kĩhana na karitũ mbere ni ũkagutumĩrĩria tũmũtangĩkĩrĩho ũhoro no tũritũhĩre mũno no rĩa nyonire ũrĩa mũgomanĩte andũ maimĩte ituri ciothe cia thĩ igũcira harĩ mwena wa Kenya ũtarĩ represented itugire twacokwo nĩ thayũ no ũhoro wa tũhũthĩra kuma rĩrĩa ũhoro wa twĩkĩkire na kĩaya kĩingira mũciĩ ũyũ wa David Mukui and the entire Karungu family. Nituonete mabutugi manyu na njĩra mwanya mwanya. Mũndũ akarehe ciringi yake, mũndũ akarehe ihoya rĩake, mũndũ akarehe ngari yake, komĩrĩria taru tũkũrehage mwĩrĩ. Na mũndũ maingĩ itangĩhota kũgweta haha. No kũrĩ mothe rĩ, kĩndũ gĩgwĩtwo mahoya. Nĩ mũtũhoire kinya tũkomĩrĩria. Na nĩngũkĩũria nyina wa maitha ciana ciake brothers cia Devi cousins na arata othe na andũ a bũrũri mũgĩe mũno na kũmĩrĩria tondũ njĩra nĩ ĩno. Gũtirĩ mũndũ waciarirwo nĩ mũthuri na mũtumia ũtakagera njĩra ĩno David agereire. Na ndikuga nĩ tuorĩrwo tondũ nĩ atũtigira family tũrona na ciugo cia Devi irarĩ cia kũmĩrĩria. Niĩ ndirona mũndũ wa tate mũmaku ona maũndũ makomanire mahana atĩa Devi no arakũhe smile. Onya nĩ ithaitaga na kũrĩa araikaraga rĩngĩ nĩ ũkũmũkora Isinya kũrĩa gwĩtagwo hakuhĩ Mount Kilimanjaro Amboseli akainvite kazi nĩ thiũke tũraranie twarie maũndũ maigana ona. Gakĩmũra tondũ gwĩkũ gĩthaka-inĩ rĩngĩ nĩ mĩgũnda aragũra kana akĩendagia tũgũkoma ha agatura tutikaga gũkoma tũkoma gũkũ container-inĩ. Ona ũngĩrathire Ethiopia nĩ ũgũkora Devi agĩetha indo. Mũndũ wa maitha nĩ mũndũ mwethi indo mũno. Ũngĩthiĩ konothe ya bũrũri ũkora Devi akĩruta wĩra na hinya wa mwĩrĩ. Na hata mwaria waria haha MC David arĩ maũndũ maingĩ. Arĩ a man of few words. Ciugo nini na horeru na itĩo. Twĩna mũthuri harĩa ũgwĩtwo Paul Moya nyana twithete hĩndĩ ĩngĩ ena ũndũ mũhiũ mũno arenda gũtwĩra karatu. Tũrĩ no hĩtĩirie Devi. Nĩ ndarire mama iratu nĩ ũkũhurĩra ndagĩka ĩyo ĩngĩ Kenya njigũra Devi aroiga. Tũgĩthiĩ hara ndarĩ no ũhoro akwendaga tũrĩanĩre. Mbũri ĩkĩrĩtwo anga mbũri kilo 10 na nĩguo ndengerete njũĩ kũrĩ ũhoro. No Devi atuona agakena. Na nyamũ ici ikũrĩtwo gaikũrũkia wega. Ekwenda gũtuonane tu na tũrĩanĩre. Tũbata ti kũrĩa ta wĩka atĩa ta kũrĩanĩra. Nĩ mũtu ũyũ ũguo. Rĩu kuoguo ithuĩ tũkĩte kumagaria Devi. Arĩ mũndũ mwĩnyihia. Arĩ man of few words. Arĩ mũndũ mũtana. Tondũ niĩ korwo kũrĩ mũndũ mũtana thĩ ĩno nĩtĩkĩtie ndũngĩhara kana ũthĩne nĩ kũheana. Devi arĩ mũheani. Ona mabata mamwe ndiramwĩraga. Tondũ oka akandutĩra mbeca nyingĩ bata rĩngĩ nĩ mathiko ndĩna mo handũ. Ningĩ oka ningĩ akaruga ona nditarĩ ndikũmwĩra. Tugie njĩra ĩyo ũtana wa David. Na rĩu rĩ tondũ ndikwenda kũmũnogia mũnyitaga ũgeni na kũmwona mũigue mwĩ mũciĩ. Kĩrĩa tũngĩhe David today tondu nyame araguragira mundu kana akakugurira kindu kia bata ndumugurira kira tungihe David haria ari today na nĩnjũĩ nĩaratuhoera nĩ kuiga thayu ucio urare wa thayu number 1 undu wa keri ni utana undu wa gatatu ni kwinyihia. He was down to there tweka maundu mau David arendete one kuri ari matu-ini ni kuigua kana ne gutucokeria ngatho iyo no yo tribute ira tungihota kuhe David kuri ari ni nguririkana ri twitu mundu tunini tukibanga mibango haya ya guthio hiki John akigura na Nyeri tondu David akirika mundu kanini ndari handu ataragwo kundu eguthie no tu Nyeri David ari kuna githore kia gaki arugamite kuri ageni maikarite urota guciniki nake ona ngari ndiui no andu magikinya Nyeri David ari Nyeri. He was such a humble man ori ari riu nie gugikinyia miario yakwa hau ndigura kumunogia muno ndimune mugwe mwe mucie mugwe mwe at home na riu family ni raigua ina ngatho nyingi muno na inyui ni ura mumire kona na kona ura kugutete hau mbere moka gutucakaithia no horo ni utuhuthiire ni tukamiti na David ku tithwe uri tukora ni turi mukora na ni juaga ni tukamukora ku agikana na atheru ari angi ungitiga gikeno guku thi ona matu-ini ugukora gikeno ungitiga maithori guku thi ona wathi matu-ini ugukora maithori. David aratigire gikeno na nikyo nakyo kinya matu-ini ikeno ria bagiriria guku thi waga gukena guku thi kana utige andu guku na maithori makiona reke athie ona kura no gukora betereirwo ni shaitani watiga gikeno guku thi ugukora raika magwetereire tondu gikeno gike waruta guku thi no kyo guthi nakyo kuria iguru kwa macio manini kana hi maingi gucira gukinyia hau Ngai amurathime mucoka kuria mundu ekumite na mutiga gicoke tutakirikitie wira. Karibuni sana.
Asante sana. Mundu uria ungi ugutwariria is on behalf ya in-laws na ni Dr. Lydia Wambugu. Dr. Lydia Wambugu ni ndero ni mundu wa kamera haha ndugamite niho hega kuoguo riu mekwariria haha ti haria nyuma mbere. Dr. Lydia Wambugu eguku ndero ni aroka. We just be a little patient na ni egukinya aria maroka mwena uria ungi kwina ite nyingi. I'm told Lydia is a little far. Kuoguo nitu kumweterera ni ekwaria akinya. Riu mundu uria ngwita twaririe ni mundu wa rika na murata wa mukui wa giti kia mbere Charles Jendu.
Murega inyuothe jitagwo Charles Jendu wa Wairube na David arari murata wako wa giti kia mbere. And please bear with me, I'm battling a flu na koguo moigwa itekwaria uria njaragia, that is the reason. And I think we appreciate that there could be a few people among us here who who might not be understanding Kikuyu, so I'll blend. And so it is with great sadness that I stand here to eulogize my very good friend and dear brother David. David and I come a long way together, and beneath that hardness was a very soft heart, very kind heart, very generous heart. One of the things that I also remember him for was his entrepreneurial skills. David and one of our very good friends, Alan, who is here with us. And Alan, maybe you can stand wherever you are so that people see you. Yeah, that is Alan. We all met at KIST in 1980. And when we left KIST, both Alan and I were very busy moving from office to office looking for employment. But David decided not to join us, and he told us he wanted to do business. And we were wondering and asking him, what business are you going to do? You are so fresh from school. But I think a few months after after we had gotten our jobs with Alan, David told us that he was going to some place, I think it was either Somalia or Ethiopia. And we asked him, what are you going to do there? And he said he was going to look for business opportunities. And sure enough, after a few months, or after a few weeks, he came back with a lot of merchandise that he had brought from one of those countries that he had visited. And again, a few months later, and or maybe like a year later, when he was barely 23, he bought his first car, a VW Beetle, for those of you who can remember. And that became our mode of transport. And I remember one night we went to a club that was on Mombasa Road called JKA Club. Those of my generation can remember that club. And we stayed there until the wee hours of the morning. And as we were driving back to the city, the car ran out of fuel. And we had to wait for daylight for us to go looking for fuel because, again, Mombasa Road was not the Mombasa Road we know today. And it was all bush from the airport to General Motors and from there to South B. We have had many, many exciting experiences together. We have traveled to, again, because of that entrepreneurial bite, David suggested that we visit Zimbabwe when things started going south in that country so that we could see if there were any opportunities for us to pursue. And we did exactly that. And I remember, because we had to go through South Africa, we were hosted by his brother, Peter Daktari, and we had a very good time there. And on our way back from Harare, just as we had gotten into the airport, we met this very fine-looking gentleman. He looked like he was of Middle Eastern origin. And he said, oh, you guys are from which country? Certainly you're not South Africans. And we said, yeah, we are not South Africans. He said, where are you from? And we said, we are from Kenya. He said, oh my God, I love Kenya, and I'm going there very soon. Would you be having, Kenyan notes? Because I really would like to see the currency that you use there. And out of that generosity of David that has been spoken of, he pulled out his wallet, and he had a wad of dollars in the wallet. And, of course, a few Kenyan shilling notes. And he said, oh, yeah, here, you can see the currency. And this man said, oh, my goodness, I can't believe it. Let me just see. And, he dipped his 2 fingers into the wallet. And he looked at the currency with a lot of admiration, and David put back the wallet in his pocket. I don't know what he thought after about a minute, because he got the wallet out again, and he realized that all the dollars were gone. And he was going crazy at the airport. He was all over the place, running up and down. And I had to stay behind looking after our luggage. But that did not kill the spirit for which we had gone to Zimbabwe and South Africa for. Because one of the main things that he wanted to do was to find out whether he can purchase earth-moving equipment so that he can get into that line of business. And sure enough, even though, because I can't quite remember whether he bought any equipment later from South Africa, but that is where his business of earth-moving equipment and transport started. We have also gone to other places like Dubai together. We have had very precious memories around here. And again, going back to those days, as fate would have it, I went to work in Russia, and David traveled to America to study. And to cut a long story short, when he came back from America, he met this lady that he was head over heels in love with, and he kept on asking us. When Sharudi, he used to call me Sharudi. Sharudi no one Alice, new Alice, and I would ask him, Alice, no, and then he would say, where tiga, new kumuona, and he organized, and we met with Alice, and we told him nihau, because she fitted the bill, because she was also an entrepreneur like David. So I can say so many things about David, but Kamamo has warned us not to talk too much, but it is also impossible to condense that friendship over a few minutes. Well, it is a very emotional tribute for me because David called me a few days before he rested, and we had a very good conversation, very hearty conversation. And he told me that, Charles, my health is failing. And we talked about many things, and he told me, and we agreed that he was coming to Nairobi the following week. And as a parting shot, he said, but Charles, I think this is more than just physical strength. I think this is spiritual. And I didn't know what to say after that, because it took me aback. But one thing I'm certain is that David had an encounter with Jesus Christ before he rested, from the conversation that we had. The previous speaker has spoken of David's generosity. And together with his wife Alice, we know that many years back they established a home for needy children. And they have taken care of these children. And I was very touched when I visited this home, and I saw these very nice looking children that have been taken care of by this family over the years. Some of them have moved on to become very useful citizens of the world and citizens of this country. And we know that, Alice, God will reward you together with the work that you did with your husband and your children. And what we can do is only to pray for his soul to continue resting in eternal peace. I'll end it there. And as I say to David, you have ran the race and you have won the battle. May you rest in peace, my dear friend and brother. Thank you.
Asante sana. I didn't want to stop him, but yes, let's stick to the 2 minutes that I said earlier. And I'm informed that Dr. Wambogo, who was to speak on behalf of the in-laws, is here. And this is her time now.
Bwana asifiwe. Good afternoon. My name is Lydia Nyagodhie Wambogo. and it is from the Wabogo family that the larger Mukui family got a wife, a sister, a friend, and part of the family, that is Alice. Alice is my elder sister. I'm the last born in their home. And being the last born, I have a lot I can talk about my brother. To me, he was not a brother-in-law. He was